How many tank tops can one person have? The answer is not enough. If you're new here, hello, hi, welcome. My name is Nuria, and in this channel I show you how to sew, how to style, how to create your dream wardrobe. We've looked into color analysis, into body shapes, trousers, skirts, and right now we're at tops. And today we have another capsule wardrobe staple. I know it's not as much fun as making this top, but hey, who doesn't need a tank top? I have so many already and I need so many more. And the truth is that I've been putting it off because in order to sew tank tops, you need to learn about elastic foundations. And I am terrified about it. I bought this book, very expensive book. Let's hope it's worth the money. So basically we're starting from scratch. Also, do you like my new hairstyle? Don't get too attached to it because this is coming out of the hairdresser, but tomorrow I will be back to being the normal Nuria. So say goodbye. Say goodbye to this lovely style. If you're like me and you've been scared about sewing with fabrics with elasticity, you have to know the basics, okay? I'm gonna tell you the basics from a person that doesn't know much, but knows enough that it's basic. One, there's different types of elasticity in the fabrics. And to make it simple, there's three types. A little bit of elasticity, a little bit more elasticity, and a whole lot of elasticity, okay? Here in this channel, we make everything simple. And what this book does is it creates one foundation for every type of elasticity. And it's basically, you create your basic top pattern without any darts and you reduce it for fabrics with more elasticity. So that's what we're going to have to do today. As always in this channel is more of a blog and I'm not gonna go too much into detail, but don't worry, when I figure out everything that comes in this book, I will run to you to tell you everything about it. And also, I don't know if you saw, but I released a pattern for bucket hats. I made this one for Owen and he wanted a little goose here, but it's great, isn't it? Do you know how many bucket hats I made for this pattern? A lot. So step number one, as always, is going to be creating the prototypes, which is my least favorite phase of all these things because it's just a waste of fabric. But we're going to persevere because prototypes are very important. So for that, we're going to need some paper, the measuring tape, and some pen and pencil and rubber because I'm gonna make mistakes. And of course, you're also going to need a ruler, but I keep forgetting. I'm one of those people that just thinks, oh, you need these two things. And no, you need many more. And as always, if you want to support my work, I'll link my shop down below. I don't have much, but what I have is for you. I'm sorry, but today I'm very talkative. I don't know what's going on. I'll do all these off camera, otherwise I will keep talking. And yeah, I don't wanna bore you. Turns out everything I told you was wrong. I said there's three types of fabric. There's four: minimal stretch, moderate stretch, which is 50% or more stretch, very stretchy, which is 75% or more, and finally super stretchy, which is 100% or more, and that's for swimwear and activewear and all these things. We want to concentrate between moderate and very. That's what I'm looking for in these tops. So now we have to get my fabric and figure out how much stretch they have, because we're done with the pattern and we have to make the first prototype. So I made three piles, one for minimal stretch, one for moderate, and one for very stretchy. And the basic pattern I've made, it's for minimal stretch. So I'm going to make a prototype with this and see how far we are from my actual shape. Prototype number one is done. Let's see how it fits me. And you're going to see that there's gaping around my armhole. This is normal, okay? So don't judge it when you see it. What?
You look so good, by the way. This is crazy.
Now?
Yeah.
Okay, I cannot show you fully because it's a bit transparent, okay? But let's say that it's perfect. The only thing is that the neckline, I would like it a little bit shorter and the waist should sit a little bit lower. But aside from that, I think this pattern is perfect. So I'm gonna proceed. That's all I have to say. I'm gonna proceed. Hello again. I ended up making another prototype. Let me see if I can find it. because I was not convinced with the other one. So let me try it on and show you what the real thing looks like. Way better. Now the waist sits where it has to sit. Everything is absolutely perfect. Perfect. And instead of following the instructions that were on the book, I just changed the torso foundation into this foundation because it's way easier to understand than if we have to keep drafting new foundations every single time. So now that we're ready, I have all my fabric, let me show you. And already pre-washed. We have black, we have white, and we have 3 different types of, what is this? Red, purple, pink. It's a mix. I'm not sure which colors are gonna suit me best, but I wanted to try these 3 different shades with different necklines also because I have a video planned that I'm really excited about with the wardrobe recap, and we're going to be able to look into colors and everything that we've been looking into for the past months. We'll put it to the test. So I'm going to draft all the necklines that I want to do, and I'm going to cut, and I'm going to sew. By the way, my sewing machine was supposed to be done by now. I went to pick it up today. Guess what? It wasn't done. And the woman said, oh, you can come pick it up tomorrow. But tomorrow I'm going to Ireland. So that means that I'm going to Ireland without my trousers having a buttonhole. Also, this is the minimal stretch foundation. I would like to look into the moderate stretch foundation because I think this fabric, for example, would work better with moderate stretch. But I also think let's leave that for another video. Because I tend to get overwhelmed with all the information I learn. I finished the first neckline, and before I add the binding, I'm going to see how it looks like on me. Also, I thought I bought 1 meter of this fabric, and apparently I only bought half a meter, so I had to cut it short, but I'm still happy with it. Okay, I see there's a little bit of gaping here because I cut through the necklines, and here I always wonder if I also have to apply contouring or not. That's something I have to look into, but for now I think it's going to go away with the binding. But I like it. Maybe I would like it just a little bit more, but I already cut the binding. Also, I want to add that this fabric would need a moderate stretch, and if you remember, this is a minimal stretch pattern. So that's why it's a little bit loose, but that's exactly what I was looking for. So it's always about finding the right balance with what you're interested in and what your design is. And I'm going to be honest with you, I think I messed up. I'll try it on, but again, I think I messed up. These patterns are very simple to sew, but the problem is that the pattern is very tricky because it always depends on the elasticity of the fabric, and not just the elasticity, but also the recovery of the fabric. So when you stretch the fabric, if it goes back to initial position or not. And I think this fabric doesn't. So I stretched it a little bit and now it gapes. It's not ugly, but I do think that I should have done 2 things differently. Number 1 is using a moderate stretch pattern. And number 2 is that the binding has to be smaller than the hole. But you never know how much smaller because, again, it depends on what fabric you're using. And I used a 93%, and I think I should have done like 80, 85 if I'm honest. It's okay, but it could be better. That's my final point, okay? So we're gonna move into the next design. Okay guys, I figured it out. I went to sleep yesterday completely overwhelmed and like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? Point number 1, wear your clothes, okay? Because they might look like they're not good and you have problems, but once you wear them, they're good because they settle on your body, you know? And these are fabrics that shape your body, so good. And number 2, I can say that I understand the pattern, I understand the theory, I understand everything, and I'm gonna venture to say that I understand all top patterns. Probably not true, still a lot to do, but I'm going to do for you, I'm going to add a cheat sheet on my website with all the pattern organizations like I did for the trousers, but on top of that, I'm going to add all the foundations with the instructions of how to change from one foundation to another one. So you would have the top foundation, boom, then you'd have the torso foundation, boom, and then at the back of the paper, you're going to have the instructions of how to go from the top to the torso. Everything. And because I like you, I think I'm going to be adding contouring on top of that. So if you're interested in that, and then you're gonna have all the information I have at the moment. I cannot tell you that this information is 100% true, but I'm pretty sure about it. Otherwise I wouldn't put it out there, because I'm a perfectionist and I have that syndrome. What's that syndrome called? Imposter syndrome. So if I'm telling you that I'm gonna put it out, that means that I truly believe in it. So let's go, because let's go. Okay, I made a quick boat neck, and I made it in 2 colors because I'm not sure, I don't think I'm going to like this neckline. And I thought, okay, I'm going to see how this neckline looks on me and also how the different colors look on me. I'm gonna try it on. It's not finished yet, by the way. Not ugly. As always, I'm gonna bring you to the mirror. I don't hate it, but I just don't love these necklines because they fall a little bit. So instead of having a boat neck, I would always go towards a cowl. But this color and this camera, everything looks good. I don't think it's my style though. Let's try with the white one. Do I like boat necklines now? I like this. I like it. It feels a bit more smart than casual. Normally I wear all these necklines that are, you know, like I don't know how to explain it, but baggy and like I don't care attitude, and I would want to look like I care once in a while. Anyway, I'm going to finish this one and I'm going to work on another one, because I'm actually really enjoying myself. Once you figure it out, you figure it out. And I have figured it out. So I repeated exactly this top that I made, that I told you that it should have been done with the moderate stretch pattern. I made it with this that needs the minimal stretch pattern to see the difference between both of them. I'm using this video more as an investigative series than actually focusing on certain patterns. I'm sorry about that. I think you can see the difference straight away. Wow. Wow. And if you remember the other one, this was too loose and now it's too tight because the stretch percentage is different. I think I'm going to leave it here because I'm leaving tomorrow to Ireland and I don't have time to do more, but this is it. So let's see how to pattern this. The steps you need to get to this foundation are: get your torso foundation and draw a line at the hip line, at the waistline, and under arm line. This is for the minimal stretch. To go to other stretch percentages, you're always going to need to move the armhole point, the waist, and the hip 1 centimeter to the left, and the shoulder point 0.5 centimeters to the left. More stretch, more to the left. And with that, you're going to get the minimal stretch pattern, the moderate stretch pattern, the very stretch pattern, and the super stretch pattern. And that's it. It's super simple. And when you want a neckline, you just cut it through. One thing I haven't figured out yet is about pattern contouring. I'm not 100% sure, so I don't want to tell you something that is not. I think, in my opinion, that you don't need it if you choose the right pattern and the right foundation. But I cannot say it 100%. And I'm going to leave it here because right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tank tops. For the 2 tank tops that I haven't shown you, the pattern is by Paradise Patterns, the Bloma Tang and the Summer Camisole. I love them. The only problem is that my back is too tight on them, so that's why I wanted to figure out this so I can draft the patterns myself. It's extremely simple, I promise you. So if you want the instructions, let me know. I'll bring it to you as soon as I can. But in the meanwhile, you can check the content I have on my website. And the one last thing we have to do is check out how all these necklines are going to suit the different body types. So we have the Summer Camisole by Paradise Patterns. Here is how it looks on my body. And here's how it looks on the different body types. Then we have the Bloma Tang by Paradise Patterns. Here's on my body, and here is how it would look like on all the different body types. Then we have the scoop neckline. Here's how it would look like on my body, and here's how it would look like on other body shapes. And finally, we have the boat neckline. Here's how it looks like on my body type, and here's how it looks like on all the other body types. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry for the chaotic video. I'm figuring out my life at the moment, and it's chaotic, but you're the best, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.